Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Sunday, September 28, 2025. Yakov and I are at Constitution Beach in East Boston, Massachusetts, right near Logan Airport, and you are looking at Logan Airport right now. On the right-hand side of the frame, you should be able to see the control tower. If you go a little further to the right, you should see some buildings from downtown Boston, and you see some people here enjoying the beautiful weather on this sunny fall afternoon with a few clouds in the sky. In front of us are some planes landing and taking off.
There is a American Airlines Boeing 737-800 lined up on the runway waiting for takeoff clearance.
Okay.
In at least a minute it should be taking off.
Let's go a little closer and get a better taste and smell of the water. This is the Atlantic Ocean.
Okay, the American Airlines 737 is taking off.
Clear for takeoff indeed.
Looking across the runway.
Yep, you should be able to see it from our frame here. I don't have a good view of the frame because of the sun glare. That's bothering me a little bit. But I do see that there is a plane moving on the taxiway runway. And we heard the noise of a takeoff. That has to be takeoff from the volume of the thrust
and the King Air
in the engines.
And there's a King Air landing right now.
Okay, do we see?
On the shortest runway.
On the shortest runway. Which runway is that? Do you remember the numbers?
No,
I know there's...
It just touched down. Actually, that's a Cessna.
Okay, fine. Yeah, so...
And the American Airlines 737 is just taking off. Next up for takeoff on that runway is going to be a JetBlue A220.
Okay.
-300.
Wow, this is a very busy time and a busy place. It is a Sunday afternoon. Sunday is one of the busiest days of the week for air travel. I think the busiest days are Friday and Sunday, because Saturday people are where they want to be generally. Sunday they have to go back where they came from or go to where they're going to be for the week, for the work week. So Sunday is a very busy day for air travel, and Sunday afternoon in particular is a very busy time because people want to get back where home is for the evening, and then they're going to be working the week. So, you know, you've had your time, you've had your little vacation in Boston, great place to visit if you are somewhere else, and we have lots of museums like the Museum of Science and the Museum of Fine Arts.
And anyways, there's a JetBlue A220 getting ready to turn onto the runway, and right...
Look at that, you see a plane landing, I'm looking at this plane landing over here.
The A321's landing right now, so...
That's a big plane. You know what plane it is? The white one.
The Delta A321 is landing on the runway right next to the JetBlue A220, which is taking off.
Okay. That's a nice landing. The winds are pretty pleasant here. Not too much for an aircraft to handle. I don't know how to evaluate how the wind speeds from just feeling the wind, but it's very manageable. You know, this is a good weather day. Pilots would love to fly on a day like this.
The A220 is taking off right now.
The wind is coming in from my right, which is the south direction, I believe, and heading north.
Next up for takeoff is going to be a JetBlue Airbus A320. Not an A220, but an A320. Probably one of the older aircraft in the fleet because the A220s are fairly new, but the airline started off with A320s. And after that, the next aircraft after that for takeoff.
Here comes another airplane coming in from the west to east.
A Airbus A319.
Don't know if it's in the frame, but you should be able to see it now in the frame.
Seems like the JetBlue aircraft is waiting.
Now, I haven't seen any aircraft taking off in that direction, in the east to west direction. I only see aircraft landing west to east. They must be coming from the interior of the United States. New York, Chicago, some other place.
Abba.
No?
The direction they're landing is based on the wind.
That's an interesting point. I'd forgotten that, Yakov. In any event, the wind is to my right.
And now the JetBlue A320 is lining up. The next three aircraft for takeoff on the runway are all Delta, but the next Delta plane to take off is the 737. But now the JetBlue A320 is lining up, so...
Okay, I'm just checking how long this video has gone so far. We're holding at 4 minutes and 30 seconds. If you have watched this long, we thank you, and hope you enjoy the next few minutes as well.
Now the JetBlue A320 is lining up as the 737 is waiting.
That's
the
A321
is landing, so...
The events are happening so fast, it's like a soccer game. you can't necessarily say the first thing till the second thing's already happening. And we just scored a goal, touchdown.
By the A321, the A320 rockets down the runway.
Yep.
Next up for takeoff is a Delta Boeing 737. Delta is a mainly Airbus aircraft, which is why it's fairly surprising to see a Delta 737, because Delta is so pro-Airbus.
Yep, I don't know all the trends here. I will tell you that, you know, with all the plane tracking things that go on today, we could probably figure out from the internet which plane those are that we're seeing in the frames now. We're not going to do that for you. We apologize, but there's only so much time we have to work on these videos. It took an hour for us to get to where we are now.
Still saying the details.
Yep.
And turns out the third in line for takeoff is actually Delta Connection. Probably an E190.
Here's a small plane landing.
Right now, a Gulfstream is coming into land.
A Gulfstream.
Small private jet, not really anything special. And in the background, there's a cruise ship.
A cruise ship? Really? You think you know where that's going to?
No, but
Now the cruise ships are docked in South Boston, I thought, not in East Boston, but
I know,
you can see it from here.
It's past the airport.
Okay. You think it's floating in the open water, or you think it's docked in South Boston?
Floating in the open water because it's moving.
That's good. Okay. I guess it's still cruise season. I wouldn't have known that because everyone's back to school now. You know, this is school season.
I think we should call this loud aircraft takeoffs in Boston.
Loud aircraft takeoffs in Boston. Well, actually, takeoffs and landings because it's both. Yeah. But the takeoffs are louder. Oh, listen up. You can hear that.
Here goes. Oh, and meanwhile, there's an Alaska Airlines plane. Wait, I think it's the Alaska Airlines plane taking off.
Okay, which way is it going?
That way.
Okay, can't see it, but hopefully.
There.
Okay, maybe that way. Oh, there. Yep. Goodbye. Bon voyage. Now see it.
Heading to Seattle, but they might also be heading to Anchorage.
Yeah.
Jakob and I be heading to Anchorage.
Jakob and I had an argument.
A Dash 700, which is a smaller version of the 737. They only recently acquired them.
Okay. Yep, it's in the air.
Now, an Air Canada A220 is landing during the Delta 737's takeoff time.
Air Canada is usually going to be either Montreal or Toronto.
I'm guessing this one's Toronto.
Why do you guess that? What makes you think so? It's about 50-50.
No, it's mostly Toronto.
Okay.
They've probably got like 20 flights to Toronto and 10 to Montreal.
I don't know, it's more than like that. Okay.
Oh, and now Delta A220 lining up for takeoff.
Okay.
It's going to be followed by a Delta Connection E175 and then a JetBlue A220.
Okay.
In the new livery.
Okay. Do you want to keep the video running, Jakob?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I only have to go about another couple minutes. Because first of all, my hand's getting tired. Second of all...
I'll hold it then.
You want to hold it?
Yeah, and you can hold my hand on the plane then.
Fine. Let's see. Hold it like this. Use two hands. Make sure you're not blocking the window. Can you see on the...
Yep.
That you have the runway inside, so to speak?
Yep. Passing behind the JetBlue plane. Southwest 737 just touched down.
I was only holding the video with the phone with one hand. This may not be the smartest thing. I probably should use two hands for it because my hand wasn't so steady. I apologize to our viewers.
I've decided to zoom this in, and that's the Delta A220 lifting off.
Well, yeah, if you zoom in, you can see much better because my goal when I videotape is I want to see all that there is to see. In other words, I want to see the wide view. I want to see that the plane that I'm tracking is on the screen. But Jakob is much better at still being able to do that and, be able to locate it within the wider view and locate it more closely.
Okay. Delta Embraer 175 speeding up for liftoff. The second person for takeoff is an American Eagle E175.
Yep. any of these planes will be nighttime for them by the time they land. If you're going to the interior United States, you still have another 2.5 to 3 hours of daylight. If you're going out over the Atlantic Ocean, you have maybe another 1.5 hours of daylight from where we are now. So.
Oh, and Gulfstream coming into land.
You have a situation for these pilots and passengers. It's daylight when they're taking off, and it'll be evening when they're going to. There are people locally who are enjoying the water. It's cold, but not painfully cold. It's still
I see a Cape Air. Yeah, and JetBlue A220 taking off now. In the new livery dash 300.
So it's super exciting out. What do you think?
Yeah. I've got 4X on so that they can see the planes better.
Very good. I'm thinking it might be better to actually stop this video and then let you have a video of your own, where you just do zooming. What do you think?
How about one more takeoff or land? How about one more takeoff and then?
Thank you all for watching. We appreciate your time, and we'll remind you one more takeoff.
Yep. And then we'll have more camera work. So we're gonna have a variety of videos. Oh. Delta Embraer landing. I can hear that the American Eagle is revving up.
Yes, there's a higher plane in the sky straight ahead of us.
Yep.
Just above where the plane is landing.
Looks like a propeller.
Could be.
Can't wait to see this big guy lift off. For a few seconds, I thought it was an A380. That's because it looked like it was the double-decker.
Those are curious. The terminal part of the airport, the part where you go if you're a passenger, is off to our right outside of here.
Soon interview because the Embraer is lifting off, so. And meanwhile, the Cape Air is crossing another runway, is heading for takeoff. In the very edge, you can see part of the terminal. And now to end this one video, we'll show you the terminal. We're here. See you in the next video.